All right, what up? What up? This is JP, aka Pherai, aka Gurai, and we're gonna change the name of this podcast that we did a year ago to "How to Be a Third Strike Scumbag" podcast. But we're gonna name it episode 2 because that's how we roll, you know. And it's just me and my boy Ryan here coming in from fucking Tokyo. What's good, dog?
What's up, man? Hello.
What you up to right now? We're fucking 15 hours apart, right?
Yeah, I'm just chilling. Not much today. I have work tonight in a couple hours, so I'm just been chilling all day. Kind of nursing a little baby hangover today.
Oh, well, I always respect the hangover because you got to put in work to get one.
Yeah, it means you didn't bitch out last night. That's what it means.
Exactly. I mean, of course, every time I get a really bad one, I'm just like, oh, not drinking for like 3 months, you know?
Yeah.
Next weekend rolls around, you know?
I don't understand when people say I don't get hangovers. To me, that just means I don't chill hard.
Yeah, dude, that's like, I'm pretty sure it's like scientifically impossible to just not get a hangover, dude. That's always the like, 3 beers my limit, bro. Like,
Yeah.
But they're not fucking advertising that, you know? They're just leaving the fallen soldiers everywhere.
Yep.
And I see those all the time, you know? Somebody's fucking leaving them and it's not me, it's not you. Who is it?
No, the only time I'll leave a fallen soldier is if I like just totally forget I had a beer and open a new one.
Yeah. Okay, I've probably done that a couple of times too.
Yeah. Can't remember if I opened one or not. But I know, so many people I've talked to, I'm like, dude, I'm hungover as fuck today. Oh, really? I don't get hangovers. I'm just like, that just translates to me as I'm a bitch.
Yeah. I don't know, I just don't believe it, dude. It doesn't make any sense to me. It just doesn't seem, but dude, Donka said he had some like weirdo fucking X-Men shit with his liver, right?
Yeah.
I mean, that's probably a 1 in a trillion kind of thing, but
He has a genetic mutation where he metabolizes alcohol at a freak pace.
And I don't even know if I'm jealous of that, dude, because he probably doesn't fucking get faded like really hard good, you know?
Well, one time we were at Game Newton and he was like, oh, I don't feel good. And I was like, oh, what's wrong? And he's like, I don't know. I just feel like sick, like queasy. And I was like, oh, well, that's weird. I was like, so you have a headache too? And he's like, yeah, my head hurts. I just feel like barfing. I feel like shitty. And I was like, well, what's wrong? Are you sick? And he's like, no, I was totally fine. I was like, what'd you do yesterday? He's like, oh, I got really faded last night. And I was like, well, it's called a hangover, buddy. He's like, oh, really? I didn't know.
What?
Yeah.
Did he say how much he drank?
Yeah, he says he like barfed the night before. So he just didn't know, probably because
must have gone pretty hard then. I've been there many times.
He said he didn't really remember, but I think it's just because he has that mutation. He's never really gotten a hangover, so the first time he got one, he didn't realize what was wrong with him. And
He's a young guy.
I was like, you should drink some water or something, man. He's like, oh, okay. And then he did, and he was like, oh, I feel better. Like, exactly. I knew it. Dr. Ryan to the rescue.
He didn't even know water?
Yeah, he just didn't put it together.
That's step 1.
He didn't put it together that I feel like shit because I got faded last night. It didn't compute, you know?
That's pretty funny, man.
Well, anyways, man, I fucking, I don't know if anyone knows, but my friend Vince and Fernando came a couple weeks ago to Japan for Golden Week.
Before you get started on that, I want to give a big shout out to Vince because he brought home fucking, a little treasure for me, a carton of Mevius Super Light. Fucking enjoying the shit out of that right now.
The cigarette formerly known as Mild 7.
Yeah, exactly.
So you have
still good.
You have 1 carton?
Yeah, 1 carton.
Nice. Yeah, I don't think the recipe has changed. I think it's just the name.
No, not at all. It's not like New Coke.
Yeah, not New Coke. Well, that's pretty fun. Damn. I'll tell you, man, I got so faded every day pretty much for the whole week and a half they were here.
Like,
Yeah, like bad news. Like super hungover. Like reevaluating my life and shit in the morning. Laying in bed, just sweating so bad because I'm overheating. Feeling
it's my
so
favorite description.
feeling so sick, like such a bad headache. I can't tell if I'm gonna barf or like diarrhea. Shaking and just thinking to myself, what am I doing with my life? I should quit. I should, go to church tomorrow. Every type of weirdo like thought was just going through my head. I couldn't even sleep. I was so hungover.
Oh, that's nasty.
And I kept telling myself, that's it. I'm not drinking anymore. Only maybe one or two. And then 2 days later, I'd find myself in the exact same predicament. And then the second time, I was like, yeah, okay, that was totally my bad. Not anymore. And then the next day, the same fucking thing again.
That sounds fun, man.
No, it wasn't. It was fun at night, but the fucking days were awful.
It's a trade-off for fucking living fast. Oh,
Yeah, man. I don't know. I was like, my throat was so fucked from smoking, and my fucking stomach was all tore up from all the alcohol. It
I
was
know the
bad.
feeling. It's nasty.
Yeah, we went to Sky Tree. It's pretty cool. And then
Oh, really?
yeah,
Up?
we didn't go up because there was
Oh,
like a 5 hour wait.
wow, it's gay.
But I felt really like funny the whole day, like kind of sick feeling. Definitely overheating. And I got this new like Kirin beer. Have you seen it? The entire foam on top is like Slurpee. Frozen
What?
foam, yeah.
Not
So
familiar with that.
so it's like a beer and then there's like foam on top, but it's like a Slurpee, like it comes out above the top of the rim of the
What a
glass.
treat, man. That's
Well,
sick.
I thought it was really sick until I got it and it was the like fucking disgusting.
Oh,
The
what was wrong
foam
with it?
The foam, I thought it was gonna be like ice or something, right? Like the actual flavor of this Slurpee, it's like beer foam flavored Slurpee. That's the best way I can describe it. If you go to 7-Eleven, you get your Slurpee, and just instead of the pina colada, the white flavor, it's just beer foam. That's all it tastes like. It was fucking nasty.
I don't know. I gotta try it, man. I
And
gotta try it before
I
I
was
jump.
trying to drink it, and it was just like hindering my effort to get the actual beer. I couldn't like get it, It was really frustrating. I was just taking a drink of just straight foam for like at least 6 or 7 drinks, and finally I gave up, and I had to go ask for a cup and scoop that foam out.
It was that much of an effort to
The
like give up.
It's like, when you get a milkshake and you're just sucking on it and it's just like you can't get anything and it's so frustrating because you want to eat it that's the
Yeah.
same feeling. I just wanted this beer so bad and I couldn't get to it and it was just pissing me off. A funny footnote to that story was it was just a random, like, I thought it was a random cafe or something that had they had the sign for that beer, so I was like, oh, I'm gonna go get it. So I went in there. And like, halfway through my beer, I hear like dogs barking. I'm like, what the fuck? And I turn around and there's all these dogs inside. And I was like, that's weird. Why is there dogs in the bar or cafe? And it was like a dog bar. And you could like buy your dog food and like cake and stuff. It was weird. But I'm just sitting in there trying to drink this Slurpee beer with a bunch of dogs. It was really random.
Man, it really makes you wonder if anyone goes there and gets faded with their dog,
Yeah,
man.
there was people drinking that Slurpee beer, getting faded with their dogs sitting there, eating like a dog, like a cake in the shape of a dog bone. It was weird because I didn't realize there was a dog bar until 20 minutes into it.
Oh my god, that's way too funny for me right
And
now,
I was
man.
like, "Am I allowed in here? I don't have a dog. Is it okay?" I don't know if it's totally like one of those exclusive dog places. I don't know. It was weird.
Was there any like Great Dane size motherfucking
No,
dogs?
just a bunch of baby dogs,
Oh, that makes sense.
But
Hey, so what, like, did you guys play Third Strike, right? Talk about
yeah,
that a bit.
yeah. The first night we were here, like Vince and Fernando got here the same day. I just finished working, and it was like 10:30 at night. We met up and it was pretty late. So I was just like, I don't know, man. Like, what do you guys want to do? Fernando's like, oh, I don't know. I'm kind of tired. I'm sleepy. Vince is like, yeah, I don't know. So we're just like, oh, let's go get a beer at 7-Eleven. So we walk down the street to 7-Eleven. We get a beer, we drink it, and then we're walking back, and I'm ready to just say bye to everybody. See you guys later. It's 11 o'clock at night. And Vince was like, hey, man, how do I get to game versus? And I was like, what? He's like, yeah, I really want to go right now. Well, let's
Hell
go.
yeah. Dude, that's
Let's go.
sick.
So we just went. We got there like 11:15 because that new Koyo is pretty close to versus, actually.
Yeah.
So we chilled
Dude,
there.
he must have had like first trip to Japan energy, man. You remember that?
Yeah, I remember that. It's a magical feeling.
It's a rush.
Yeah, you don't get that. I haven't got it since then.
Better than drugs.
Yeah, better than drugs. Well, we went to Verse. I was already fucking obliterated somehow because I got off work at about 7 and I just started drinking. So by 11:30, I was on a good one. I couldn't even play at all. Like, I was fucking worthless. And because, like, we got there and, like, Mimora's there and fucking, good people. So it was,
Yeah.
I didn't even bother playing. I played one time and just gave up. I was like, nope, not happening. But I had to leave, and Vince and Fernando ended up staying there all night. First night.
That's sick.
So they said they had fun. Vince said Mimura just butt raped them all night. 100% free, like every game. So yeah, we went to fucking Mikado tournament. That was pretty cool. Like the Tuesday night ones, random 3-on-3 at Mikado.
Oh yeah, I played that.
Yeah, that one too. We kind of got faded beforehand, so like we totally none of us played okay. Oh, Vince won a game, I think. Yeah, Vince won a game.
That's sick.
I lost to Kairu Dudley. He's really good, so it was pretty close actually.
He teamed with me when I went.
Oh, really? He's good, right?
Sick, dude.
Yeah.
Really sick.
He's really good.
Yeah.
I lost to him, so it was okay. We just got fucking wasted that night too.
Dope.
Let's see. Wednesday we went to Tozai Sen. That was pretty cool. The video is probably online. I kind of forget because we were probably drinking that before that too. See, the whole week is a blur to me.
Really?
Yeah, but then we went to Versus Cup, which was really awesome. Did you check out the video from that yet?
I haven't seen it yet.
Oh. Well, Fernando and Vince were supposed to. It was a 2-on-2 team tournament, Waseda style. So player A plays player A, then B plays B. Okay, so Vince and Fernando are supposed to team up, but the night before, around the tournament started at like fucking 10. So we had to be good boys that night, which we all were surprisingly. We're probably really hungover, so we didn't drink the night before. But Fernando messages me, and he's like, hey, I met this girl on the internet. I want to go meet up with her. And I was like, dude, it's like 2 o'clock in the morning. We have to be there at 10, and you're teaming with Vince,
Mm-hmm.
Like, oh, I don't know. I'm going to take a taxi. And I was like, what the fuck? Are you faded? He's like, yeah, I'm mad faded. So, I was like, all right, well, have fun. And he's like, okay. So he just took a taxi at 2 o'clock. And didn't know if we're gonna see him in the morning or not. So I get there, Vince gets there earliest. We get the verses at fucking 9:30 or something. And Fernando never shows up. So Vince goes, "Fuck it, I don't want to play anymore," because we found out it's also 2,000 yen per player. So Vince was like, "No, I'm out."
Oh, okay. That's a bummer.
But anyways, it worked out because their bracket was Ricky Maru, Boss, and Piero Tokura. So
that's pretty gay.
They would have just paid 4,000 yen to just get, 2 and out, demolished. Yeah. So, and I teamed up with this random Alex. So I didn't have a teammate, and we actually won our bracket, and then we made it to the final 16 bracket, and then I OCV that team from Osaka or something. I don't know, not Tokyo, and then I lost to Mester, but I could have won. I just fucking got too horny, I think. It was really I don't have much experience playing on such a high, a big stage for Third Strike because, us Third Strike players aren't really put on this level compared to Street Fighter 4 players and stuff.
Oh, for sure, dude. I totally understand. Just fucking the couple of times I've been in a a finals set like is stressful enough for me.
Yeah. So, I mean, there was, at least 100 people watching. There was, maybe what? I don't know how many. 5,000 people on the stream.
Oh fuck.
So, I mean, just that thought right there, I was a little, not like nervous, but just too horny.
Yeah, I know.
Just wanting
Want
to
to
be
fucking
sick.
put on a
Yeah.
show.
I want to put on a show, which is totally fine. I think it's
Yeah.
cool. I wasn't even nervous at all. Like, I was totally cool, but I wanted to be sick, so.
Was the Alex player carrying his weight?
Yeah, he actually should have beaten Higa. He lost because it was Higa Mester, so he went first versus Higa Ibuki, and he should have beaten Higa actually.
Oh, it's a bummer.
Really close, and then I should have beaten Mester. But even if I beat Mester and I had to play Higa, I think maybe I could have won because I could have Chun-Li'd him maybe.
Mm-hmm.
The momentum. But Higa's really good too. I mean, I'm not saying I can beat him free. It just I would have had the momentum going, so we could have made it to the final four, which would have been pretty dope. We would have had to play Nuki and Kokujin next, so it would have been a pretty difficult match. But it's okay. But I mean, we made 5th place, which is pretty damn good for a
that's pretty dope, man.
For a tournament on like the level of Co-op Cup level, Like it was on the 4th floor of Versus, and it was just as crowded.
Oh, dude, just as crowded.
Yeah.
Were they selling beer?
No beer this time.
Oh, that's too bad.
Yeah, but it was fun, man. I mean, I was really proud of how good we did.
Oh, for sure, dude. 5th place, that's a big deal.
That's a big boy tournament right there.
For sure.
Yeah. That was really fun, and then that night we fucking after the tournament we went to 7-Eleven and started drinking, and we drank until maybe, 10 o'clock at night, and then Fernando goes, "Oh, I want to go to Rose Garden Hotel." I was like, "What for?" And he's like, "Oh, I just want to go see it." And I was like, "Yeah, that sounds really cool." And so, just for anyone who doesn't know, Rose Garden is this hotel me and Fernando stayed at back in 2008, and then me and John stayed at the next year, 2009. So it kind of has this, like, sentimental...
I still have the room card.
Yeah, it's a sentimental place. So it's really cool, and it's kind of not in the area where you go unless you're going there. Like, you would never just go to that area,
Not at all.
So we went there. It sounded like a great idea. We just got fucking drunk as shit outside, and we went to we got wasted, man. Ended up losing each other. Like, I don't even know where everyone went.
Well,
I woke up in a train in Yokohama, so that was interesting.
So, you did see the hotel, right?
Of course, it's great. Great memories.
How are the fucking chicks that work up front looking?
I don't know. I don't remember, but it was cool. Dude, we were drunk, man. We were drunk. Like, we started drinking about 6, and we were just pounding.
Oh my
God!
God!
Went there until like 10:30, 11. So we were pretty good. Just laughing and joking and talking shit. It was fun.
Yeah, I miss those kind of nights, dude. It's way too much fun.
Yeah, and then we ended up losing each other. I don't know where Fernando went. I don't even know how it happened, but we fucking lost each other.
Have you? Oh yeah, you have heard from Fernando since he came back, and he said what? Like, he's like definitely coming back in the next couple of months.
Oh yeah, he's like super depressed now. He wants to come back for 3 months as soon as possible. He's like, "Oh, I pray to God I get laid off from my job." He's just really hoping. He says there's a chance too, so he's just really excited for that, I guess.
Well, I'm praying to the third strike gods for him, man. That's fucking...
Yeah, if it's meant to be, it's meant to be. He'll get laid off.
Exactly.
So yeah, it was a great time. We went to a baseball game too. That was pretty fun, of course.
How'd the game play out? Giants win?
Oh man, it was sick. Extra innings.
Oh, dope!
Yeah, walk off double, I think it was. It was pretty cool. In the 10th inning, Giants won.
Did you get pretty faded at that game?
Actually, we didn't get that faded because we drank a little beforehand, but we just ate a lot of food, so we couldn't really drink. Like, we were really, like, full.
Mm-hmm.
And then we didn't want to pay the 800 inside, so we only had a couple beers.
Yeah.
800 yen so we had a couple, and then afterwards we got faded. So it was fun, man. We went and we scored some seats magically.
Oh, that makes it so much better.
You know, American style.
Yeah. I mean, standing, I was still having a fucking blast, man, but sitting is for sure, like, way chiller.
Yeah. So, yeah, to sum up the trip, it was really fun. We played a lot of Third Strike. Got really drunk. Like, dude, we just binge drank almost every day, it felt like. And, oh yeah, Dan left. That was sad.
That is a bummer, man. Feel sorry for him.
He was pretty bummed out about that, so he's back in America now. And then Fernando and Vince went home, so I have no friends again. Officially no friends here. It's okay, though.
Well, it's still Japan. It's still pretty fucking fun, and you're still in Third Strike paradise.
Yeah, that's true. So, let's talk about Co-op Cup, man. This was in January. John came to Japan. We played in Co-op Cup. Let's talk a little bit about that.
Hey, you still there?
Yeah, what's up?
Sorry, you were cutting out for a little bit.
Oh. Let's talk about Co-op Cup, man.
Co-op Cup was just, man, it was like too crazy, like surpassed all my expectations. The like production value was so sick, like Nico showing up, that was fucking out of control, and just like that whole fourth floor was just like really any sitting room. It was really energizing, as a Third Strike player.
Yep. It was like I tried to explain before that after I went to Co-op Cup the first time a couple years ago, that this is better than Togeki almost. It's just because it's only Third Strike and there's no bullshit, you know?
Yeah.
It's for the players, by the players.
Oh, dude, yeah, it was, like the best part too was seeing all those guys too, like playing on the third floor the whole time. You know, it was just, everybody wanted to play constantly in between their matches and everything. There's no other distractions from other games or anything. It wasn't like, oh, Third Strike's at 5 and everybody else, you know, bounced before then.
Yeah. I mean, for those who don't know, game versus on the third floor of a building. And then there's a fourth floor that's not even part of Versus, but they just rented out the fourth floor just for this event. And so upstairs on the fourth floor there was like, you know, 5 or 6 head-to-head machines for the tournament only. No casual games allowed up there. And there was a big screen up there to show the matches. But then on the third floor where Versus was just regular Versus is, there was maybe 15 Third Strike?
Yeah, at least, man. At least. It's just all over the place. And they were all had like lines on them too.
No, if you wanted to get one game, you're waiting at least 15 minutes.
Yeah, dude.
If you can even get in, because you couldn't even walk through.
So crowded, just so smoky, so fucking, well, it's kind of nice because it was so cold at the time, but fuck, dude, just packed, man.
Yeah. Everybody on the machines was like someone. It was someone, you know? It wasn't just random ass people. Everyone playing was...
Oh yeah, you couldn't like pick out a cab and be like, this is the one I'm gonna get a win on. It's like every single one, you're like, oh, fucking shit, Higa's playing here, like, oh.
Yeah, I was gonna play RX on this one. Oh, yeah. Boston.
TM's over here, fuck, man.
Yeah, so it's just... That's what heaven is, in my opinion.
Yeah, exactly.
Just maybe with more space, you know?
Yeah, maybe 20 more cabs. That would have been good.
20 more cabs, maybe a fan, because I was kind of dying in there. The smoke was killing me.
Yeah. And a glory hole.
It just bitches everywhere. There was some girls, like the girl from Okinawa. Man.
Oh, dude. She's just too pretty to play Third Strike, man. What the fuck is the deal with that?
Dude, there was this girl from Okinawa. She plays Chun-Li, and she's not a girl that plays Chun-Li. Like, she actually can play, and I legitimately lost to her one game.
But
she's that good.
Good and just fucking hot, too, man.
Yeah, to boot.
Yeah, exactly, man. It just doesn't make any sense. Like, no. Really. But that's just like one story there. I mean, there was, what's her face? The Remy girl. She's super cute, too.
Oh, yeah, Toba. She's pretty.
Yeah. There's a couple, man.
It's good, though.
Yeah, I mean, it's just in general, it was nice to see a lot of new faces when I was over there. There's like dudes that have been playing for like 2 years or something, and they're like really sick already, and like you know making waves or whatever over there. And it's like hasn't Taihei's not been playing that long, right?
I don't think so.
Yeah, and he's like balls deep in the third strike community now. You know?
Yeah, yeah. It doesn't take much to get into to get pretty far in the community here if you live here and you participate and do your work. You know,
Yeah, exactly.
a
And
lot of
he's
players are pretty new actually too. Like I know, like if you read all those interviews that people were posting online, it's like they started playing in like '05, '06. It's not like they're all OG.
yeah, it's I mean, I guess it would still be hard for some dudes that have started playing in like the last 3 years or something, but it does make me feel a little better because that's around the same time I started playing.
Yeah. So how did you feel about your? Well, anyways, for people that don't know, we just got owned in our games, but I have an excuse for that. I have a couple excuses actually. One, it was fucking like 10 in the morning, and I've never played good in the morning in my whole life.
I don't like it either.
And remember that you came the day before it started, and we drank that night too.
Yeah, like not like light drinking, really.
No, it just kind of got out of hand, and then
Yeah,
I felt like shit the next day, like at Co-op Cup.
I was like maybe 50% funny.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, because it was your first night coming here. You know, you wanted to kind of like celebrate, and then we didn't really plan ahead that we would feel like shit the next day. So
Really, ideally, I would have liked like 3 days to fucking play at Game Versus beforehand, but you know,
yeah,
you do what you can do.
yeah. Well, the day but you missed the same character tournament. That was really cool too.
Yeah, it sounded fucking sick.
I teamed with Koshun, AFM, this guy named I don't know his gamer name, but his name's Shinobu, I think.
Mm.
He's from Nagoya. He's pretty cool. And then this Killer Machine Chun-Li, he's also really good. And we did okay. I OCV'd the Remy team, which felt good because I don't like Remy. So I beat the Piero Stay-Kun team.
That's sick.
And then we played Yang team, Yang 5. I actually could have beaten Wantaren, but I fucked up too there. That was my bad. But we did okay. We didn't do great, but you know, we're Chun-Li team, and Koshun is no sleeper.
Fuck no, dude. Fuck no. Anybody that watched Co-op Cup should fucking know that by now.
Yep.
Speaking
Man.
of which, that fucking moment was like just the biggest pop, dude, when he fucking jumped up. Ah!
Oh yeah, when he did that fucking cross-up shit to MOV.
Damn, dude. Fucking just, it's like, fucking Stone Cold just delivered a stunner in that room, man.
I know, dude. So cold. It was just he just stunned Linda McMahon, you know?
Yeah, exactly. Everyone's like, ah!
Oh man, that was fucking, that room popped off.
Yeah, that was...
Anybody outside just walking, when they heard, they were probably like, what the fuck is going on in that building, dude? You know, it was just crazy. Pandemonium.
Oh, for sure, for sure. And cause at that point too, people were like getting faded, you know?
Yeah, because they were selling beer there, so everyone's just drinking, watching, you know? It was like watching a fucking Super Bowl, you know?
Yeah, exactly.
It was fucking fun, man. That fucking moment is way sicker than the Daigo Perry, in my opinion.
Oh, dude, I agree, man. I agree. That shit was fucking out of control, man.
And then, in the finals, when RX beat the fucking Makoto Gauntlet, that was sick too.
Oh my god, man.
That matchup's supposed to be bad.
Oh, for sure, for sure.
And,
I think like out of like the top 8 characters, Urien probably fights Chun the worst.
Yeah.
But it's just like the RX factor, you know, only RX could do something like that.
Yeah, RX definitely, he plays better on the big stage, I think.
Yeah, I totally agree.
So how did you feel about your performance in Japan that week?
Oh man, Co-op Cup I was really disappointed with. I mean, I only played, I don't know who that 12 player was, but, you know, I played like 3 12 players in my life. And my strategy is like jump Tatsu and anti-air, SA1, but, you know, that shit's so obvious to somebody that like plays 12 in Japan, so it was really difficult for me. I got a little desperate at the end.
Oh yeah, 12. Man, what can you do?
I know, exactly. I think it was the same fucking dude I played against, in Danison when I went in 2010. It was a 12 player that wouldn't let me get out of, 5th Dan.
Oh
Fuck.
really?
Yeah, it was the thing you warned me about before that trip, and I think it was that same guy this past January. And I couldn't beat him back then. I still can't. I don't think I've played a 12 in those like 3 years anyway.
Yeah, man. There's just no way to get to know that matchup living in America.
Yeah, exactly. And what I think the worst part is the few times you'll play 12, it'll be like just some dipshit that, you know, plays low tiers for kicks but is not good at the game and doesn't give a shit.
Yeah, he just sucks balls.
And so you're like, oh, 12's easy. I know the fucking matchup. And then you play against someone that actually knows how to play the character. You're like, fuck, dude, this character's pretty gay and I don't know how to beat him.
Yeah, you have to grind on that, man.
Yeah, for sure. I would need like, 6 weeks of playing that game versus to figure it out, I think.
Yeah, there's just no one that plays 12 in America. People that do just suck balls, so you're not gonna. And same with like any low tier character.
Yeah, exactly. And then my other match was against Georgia Ken, and, he was, I think same thing kind of happened to you. He's just like playing us like, fuck these faggots, and, that threw me off.
Yeah, I played him again in the, when did I play? Oh, casuals. Recently, like, about a month ago at, Game Versus Free Play, Georgia showed up. And I was like, man, I want to play Georgia, like, a lot. So I just sat down and played him, maybe 10 games. I think I lost one time.
That's sick.
It was just the fact that, like, he totally came out of left field, man, when he played me.
Yeah.
He just played fucking balls out. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, he's doing fucking sweeps at fucking like low strong range, man. Yeah. It was fucking wacky.
He did like dash up fucking shore you, and I'm like, what the fuck? And I wouldn't even have killed me if I blocked it. It wasn't gonna chip. But it hit me because it's just the last thing I expected, which maybe that was his game plan. Maybe he's like, yo, I'm just gonna be fucking wild.
He was the first guy, yeah.
I'm going first. I'm just gonna fucking go crazy.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know if it was like 9-1, but I mean, I was beating him consistently. Like maybe 4 or 5 for every one he won. So, I mean, I figured out how to play.
Was he still playing all fucking willy-nilly like that last time?
Yeah, he was. That's just his style, I guess.
I see.
But whatever. Still fun time.
Goof troop, man.
So we had a fun time too, man. We went drinking. This is just to let everyone know again. This is the how to be a scumbag, third person scumbag. That's why we have so many scumbag stories.
Yeah.
In the podcast. Remember we went out. I remember that was fun, man. We went out drinking in Shinjuku one night.
Oh fuck, dude. Yeah, that was that the night after Co-op Cup?
That was right after Co-op Cup. Like Co-op Cup ended. Let's go.
Yeah, fuck. We did get fucking trashed that night, man.
Yeah, I remember we were at the bar. I don't even know where we were. You got a hand job. That was pretty good, right? Oh,
it was chill as fuck, man. Yeah, and I remember the other one fucking let you chill inside the building to stay warm.
John's got a hand job from this girl, and her friend, she had, I don't know if she like worked at this building or whatever, but she's like, oh, you can go sit inside and wait for your friend. And I was like, oh, cool, thanks.
Did you say they had Wi-Fi?
Yeah, they had Wi-Fi in there. Because it was like fucking 20 degrees outside, so cold. And I was like I was like shaking outside. She, John's girlfriend's friend was like, oh, you can go sit in here. I was like, oh, thank you. So warm. Heater was on. Wi-Fi. There was a bench. I was loving it, man. It was cool.
Well, I think after that we went to God's, right?
Yeah, I went to God's. That was fun.
I
I
mean,
don't remember, but
yeah, dude, that's like fucking. I mean, I'm inebriated right now, so it's hampering my memory more. But I got fucked up that night. I know we went to fucking God's after that, but I probably had a couple of beers after Co-op Cup, and then on the way to God's. Fuck, man, we went to like 2 other bars too, and I don't even remember where they were now.
I remember we walked out of the bar at about 5 o'clock in the morning, and fucking. I
It was
remember
raining.
it was fucking raining. What the hell? Why is it
that was
raining?
gay.
And then it was so cold, and we walked outside of the bar, and there was like 10 steps, and we walked down these steps, and it was like the most difficult thing I've ever done in my life.
Yeah.
I thought I was totally fine until we got to the steps, and I was like, oh god, this is not fucking easy right now.
Yeah, dude, I'm fucking like, 6 inches of my pants are fucking soaked, I'm like,
Yeah.
fucking, God knows how many beers deep at this point. And, whole fucking shit is all slick and everything. It was just like a miracle that I got home safely that night.
Yeah, man. And then the next day, fucking woke up, and I looked outside, and it was straight up, fucking, I'm in Antarctica. It was so snowy.
Oh, it's terrible.
I had no idea that it gets like that in Tokyo. I don't even know if that's like a rare thing or whatever, but it was like fucking, I don't know. We're from California, so we're not used to that kind of shit, man.
Yeah, dude, okay, now I remember the next day, okay, so fucking hungover, dude, like, felt terrible, like, Barney Grumble's status.
Yeah, Barney Grumble.
And I was not expecting it to be fucking snowing, like, I brought like warm clothes, but not like snow clothes or anything, no scarves or any of that shit. Like, just barely make my way to Burger King, and it's fucking just awful in there. I got like a terrible cough, but boss wants to meet me up, and it was just like, oh dude, I don't want to go drinking right now, but had like 3 beers with him, and I was back in the game, and I like went to a bar later that night.
I remember, dude, you called me up, and I remember like my phone rang, and I looked and I saw like it was you. You're like, and I was just thinking in my head, like, what does he want, dude? Cause I know for a fucking fact, if he's gonna ask me to go drinking, then he's an idiot. Cause no way I'm down to go. Then I picked up and you're like, hey man, like so like alive, and I was just like, whoa, I'm surprised you're like fucking have energy, cause I was hurting, dude. And you're like, hey, let's go. Are you out? You want to go like meet up with boss and Shibuya? And I just remember thinking like, dude, there is fucking no way I'm going outside right now. No way. It was not happening. I'm impressed you went out, man. Maybe it was just because, you only had a week, so you had to man up.
Well, dude, I thank God that I did, man, because I think it was, Tuesday or Wednesday. Like, I originally got there Saturday night, Co-op Cup was Sunday, Monday was the day I went out with boss, and then either, like, I think Tuesday night or Wednesday, I started getting a fucking cold, and that had me like fucking at 40% capacity for like the next 3 days, which was, I don't know what did I do to fucking, anger the Third Strike gods, dude? It pissed me off.
Yeah, I know, you got a cold, man. I remember I was really surprised. You didn't even go to Dennison.
Oh, it was fucking terrible, dude. Yeah, that was Friday, right? That was really gay.
Yeah, man, you were out, man. You were out of commission. You said your throat felt like you swallowed lava.
It was really bad, man. It was really bad. Like when you first get sick and you're not sure if you're, okay, no, this is not the best analogy. Like, if you wake up feeling sick after a night of drinking, you're not sure if you're sick or just hungover.
Yeah.
Okay, like, that first day I was feeling sick, I started smoking, and oh dude, that was the lava feeling right there.
Yeah.
So bad.
Fuck.
So, like the worst hacking coughs.
Throat was just burning.
Yeah, but it was, I wanted to push through it because like half the reason I like going to Japan is just smorking like non-stop,
Yeah.
And there was one day where I didn't smoke a single cigarette. What a fucking waste.
Yeah, you missed out, man.
Yeah, I mean, I tried to make up for it on the other nights, but there was some severely lacking, like late weekdays there, man. It was really gay.
Yeah. Well, fuck that.
But
Yeah, you mean you missed out on a couple days, but you manned up, so it was good.
yeah, I mean, Wednesday I was really feeling bad, and I still went out to what is it? The Newton Free Play with Dan. It was like all I could do to make it through the free play till he wanted to leave around when trains stopped running. But he did take me to that sandwich place across the street from it. Have you been there? The Katsu sandwiches there. Was that what I got? I can't remember, but shit was pretty bomb. I got 2 of those. But that was all I could handle that night. What did I do? I think I met up with Boss Thursday? Or no, that was Friday.
You went to Tozai Set on Thursday, and you got fucking...
That's right. I was like starting to feel better that night, and I was smoking again at Versus, which was a fucking mistake. I don't even want to talk about that match, dude. I haven't watched it. I've not even like let the thought enter my head of that match since that night.
That's funny shit right there. You should watch it, dude. I
gotta get like twice as faded as I am right now.
Next time we meet up, like you come to Japan or whatever, we're gonna get really faded and I'm gonna get my phone out and we're gonna watch it.
Okay, that sounds good. That's a deal. First night we're outside 7-Eleven drinking a beer. We'll do it.
Faded already. We're just gonna...
It's a deal.
Pop it up on YouTube and be like, now it's time. Let's watch it. And I hope there's more people there too, like a crowd.
Yeah. I don't care who it is. Could be like people who don't even know the game.
Just random pedestrians.
A policeman, maybe.
An old woman. Like a 6-year-old kid.
He'll call me out. Call me a pug.
Oh, man. Well, anyways, you know what probably got you sick was a crazy hard night of drinking, I bet.
Yeah, that was probably it. Now that I think about it, Tuesday was the first time I went to Moon Bar. And it was like a bar that was across the street from my hotel in Asakusabashi. I just went there because it was across the street, but it ended up being like a place where a lot of English speakers were at, so I had a fucking really good time there. But I got fucking trashed because it was one of those... Okay, Ryan used to tell me like how he had this dream in Japan of like just going into some random bar one day and you're like the big celebrity there and people are buying you drinks, having a good time. And that was my experience at Moon Bar. People were buying me drinks. I met the owner. He was buying me drinks. It was just fucking sick there, man. Wow. But first night there, just got fucking wasted. And I don't know if this is just an old wives' tale, but I went out walking around Yukoyo in Asakusa, and it was fresh snow still. My hair was all fucking wet. I didn't have like a scarf or anything protecting my ears. I don't know, maybe that contributed to the fucking...
That's definitely what did it.
Yeah, I was out for like an hour and a half, too. I thought I could fucking handle it, but apparently not.
That sucks, man. Because like right after Fernando and Vince left last week, I got a cold also.
Well, at least it was after they left.
I mean, the last couple of days Vince was here, my throat was fucked. Like my analogy wasn't lava. It was like I swallowed a fucking red hot charcoal fucking piece. That's what it felt like. Like, oh, I'm having a barbecue. There's some really fucking hot charcoal brisket. I'm just gonna swallow one. That's exactly what my throat felt like.
I know that feeling. It's bad.
It sucks, man.
Ugh.
Sucks balls. And I was out of commission for, a couple... I had to work still, so that sucked. But I was fucking, like... my nose was running like crazy. It was horrible. I still have a little fucking baby cough still from that shit.
For real?
Yeah.
What are you smoking these days, anyway?
I alternate between the Amevius and the Larks, the black one.
Man, I'm starting to wonder. I was reading about those the other day, that they're a British brand.
Oh, really? I didn't know that.
Maybe they are around America, dude. Why the fuck not? I'm gonna check out like a, tobacco shop kind of place and see what's up.
I like tobacco shops.
Me too. It's good deals there. And they always are like, It's like some Persian guy who wants to get really friendly with you.
Yeah,
I dig that.
always friendly.
Yeah.
Hey, my man.
Calling you
Hey,
boss and
boss.
shit. That's
Yeah, it's
dope.
like the same guys that own that liquor store by Denjin.
Exactly. That's a perfect
Those
example.
guys are
So like,
sweet, man.
oh, so I wish I had a reason to still go there, man. Like, when Denjin was open, there was a liquor store across the street that we always used to buy booze from. And, it was just like these 2 or 3 Persian dudes that ran the
And
place.
they were like
And
our
they would
age
always,
too, right? You know, they were young.
yeah. And they'd either say, hey, where's the party, bro? Hey, what you up to tonight, dog? Like, just like super friendly and shit. Or, what were we saying that? What else they said?
I remember one time I went to buy beer, and he's like, "Hey, what's up, my man? Where's the party at?" And I'm like, "Hey, we're gonna go drink across the street at that arcade over there." And he's like, "Oh," he's like, "Well, don't get these beers, get those ones. It's on sale. This half price of what you're buying." And I was like, "Wow, right on." You know, it was really
Oh,
cool.
dude. I remember one time I went over there with Bagrat on like a Wednesday or something, and we were picking up vodka, and he was like, oh, hey man, I've got a new one I want to show you. And he just like pulled some out and just let us like take a shot for free on the house.
Dude, those guys are sick, man. I want to go back there.
Yeah, me too, dude. I think I might go pretty soon.
Yeah. Well, don't drive there. That's a bad look.
No, it's not. That's the only problem is I don't know how to get back.
How far is that from your house?
Oh, dude, a good like fucking, at least 10 minutes.
Oh, okay. Walking?
No, fuck. Oh, dude, that's like a 2-hour walk.
Oh, shit. Oh, yeah, okay. Well, if you're in Japan, you could do it.
Yeah, I would take the train.
Yeah.
Those guys were sick, though.
So, we're almost done here. Let's wrap it up soon. We had one request from our thread from, No More Funland. Rowan talking about turning nerves. And the art of choking.
Subject.
The art of choking, John will be best to handle that.
It's a good fucking handoff there, man. Oh, man. This has been like the story of my life, dude. Although, I mean, it's hard to say, at the end of the day, whether you can just blame your losses on nerves or not. I mean, I think you should always use that as a last resort. I mean, it kind of comes off as a write-off sometimes to say, like, I lost that just because I was nervous. Don't you agree?
Yeah.
So I discourage people, first off from, going to that excuse before they eliminate every other thing that they might have done wrong, for a tournament loss. I think that's been a mistake in my past that probably perpetuated, my problem with, playing nervous in tournaments. I think one little thing that kind of helps me is, if you have access to it, and there's really rarely a reason or why you wouldn't have access to this information, is when you're in a tournament, observing the bracket and seeing who you're coming up, against soon, and rehearsing in your head, you know, what your game plan's gonna be. I mean, if you don't have a game plan at all against that person, or at least their character, then you really don't deserve to win. So, assuming you have a game plan, you should spend some time reminding yourself of that game plan. I think it's just something that I used to take for granted. Like, I either know it or I'm not going to know it, and there's no use trying to run it through my head 5 minutes beforehand. I'd rather just approach the game however I want. But I think just reminding yourself of little trivial knowledge can even make a big difference, especially against a character that you're not familiar with, or a certain player who plays a wacky play style. It's just so easy to sink into playing instinctual if you really shouldn't be.
Yeah.
That's how I felt. Like, it makes me sink into a play style that I am like 2 years surpassed or something.
So, as far as choking goes, I I think a very important part about choking is you can't think, I hope I don't choke before the tournament match. I know that's obvious, but I know people,
Without a
if
doubt.
you start thinking that, then you're fucking might as well put a revolver in your mouth because you just
Yeah.
killed yourself.
Mm-hmm.
So, you have to go into the match with 100% confidence. That's all you can do, really.
Yeah, I think it's the biggest difference maker in any match is
Any sport,
who's the
either,
most.
anything.
Yeah, without a
Any
doubt.
kind of competition.
But and I think the most obvious vice we're both glossing over is, in my experience, just playing in lots of tournaments really always eventually subdued tournament nerves.
Oh yeah, if you're playing in your first tournament, there's no way you're not nervous.
Yeah, it's just something that's an inevitability. Because at this point, like, how many tournaments do you think you've played in your third strike career?
Like, over 100.
Yeah, I think probably the same thing for myself,
Yeah,
you
so
know?
like now it's like, who gives a fuck, you know?
Exactly. But I will say, I think I talked about this at like the very beginning of the podcast. I don't know, only like 2 years ago, I started getting to the point where I could make it into like, top 3 area in some of the SoCal tournaments. And that was a new experience, even though I've been playing for 6 years at that point.
Yeah.
And entering tournaments that entire time. You know, I think it's something that everybody kind of deals with at a certain point. And I think it also makes it, gives inertia to people that are at the top of the pile. Because a guy like Pyro knows he can beat everybody else. While everybody else is really hoping this is the day that they prove to everybody that they beat Pyro. So there's no pressure on the top dog, you know?
Yeah. Pyro doesn't give a fuck when he goes to tournaments.
No, he doesn't. I mean, he'll every so often he won't win them too, and it's like, same expression either way. He doesn't give a shit. When he wins them, he's just like, whatever, you know? It's just all the same to him
Yeah,
anymore.
if I won it, it doesn't matter. I should have won it in the first place, you know? There was no doubt in his mind that he wasn't going to win. So it's not a surprise.
Yeah, exactly.
Whereas fucking Joe Blow, if he gets to the finals, he's like, oh my god, I'm so excited. I didn't expect to do this. You know? Pyro walks into the fucking...
Yeah, already thinking like, oh man, I can't believe, like, second place, I'm pretty happy with second place.
I'm ready to go out.
That's like, yeah, exactly. I don't care if I'll just put up a good fight against Pyro, and then I'll get raped. So, I would say, you know, it's something that you chip away at a little bit, which that's kind of unfortunate because there's not a lot of opportunities for people to enter tournaments these days, depending on your scene. I mean, Rowan asked from Toronto, and I don't know how the Toronto scene is these days. I doubt you keep in touch with anybody from Toronto, right?
No, I don't.
So, maybe when he hears this, he could, give us some insight into the tournament scene in Toronto, but,
there's just no way you can get good at tournaments without playing in a lot of tournaments. And unfortunately, there isn't a lot of tournaments, so either you're going to have to just try your best, or just be confident is all I can give advice to Rowan. He's not going to be able to play in 100 tournaments anytime soon. Unless he moves to Japan.
Yeah.
That's what I think.
Well, I think one kind of encouraging thing is at least, I think a lot of the people these days that play don't have a lot of tournament experience either.
That's true.
It's going to be a bummer if you play against, just anybody that's known for playing for like 8-9 years or something, but that's not going to be the majority of people.
Oh, I got a good thing is I noticed this. It's kind of hard to explain, but I'm sure you're going to realize it too. Is like in American tournaments, everyone is like, it's like no messing around. Everyone's very serious. Everyone's like playing very safe and trying to think about every aspect of their match, so they don't mess up. Whereas in Japan, it's completely opposite. Tournament environments, it's like jokes on jokes, laughing. Everyone's just talking shit, and everyone's trying to be sick.
For sure.
No one gives a fuck if they try to be sick and lose, and they don't get all butthurt about it. Like in America, people fucking leave the arcade when they lose and shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
That never happens in Japan. And I think that helps people not be as nervous too. And people try to like put their entire life savings into this one tourney match, you know? And you
can't go all in.
I mean, it's just a game at the end of the day too. So I mean, that's why I think Japanese players play better in tournaments, because they don't give a fuck. They don't care if they lose. If they lose, there's no shame.
Yeah, that's why I know it's like always going to be a hard sale outside of Japan, but that's why I like the single elimination, because it allows for a faster tournament. It allows for you to run more tournaments, and it's
Upsets.
like really, yeah, and it makes you fucking, lay it on the line. You can't be like, oh, I can afford to lose the first match to gather some information or some fucking pussy shit like that, You just have to fucking go for it right away.
Yeah.
And it's like, kind of, not to say that you weren't used to it, but it's like how Georgia approached our team, Like, if I was a Japanese player and I was playing Gaijin, I would fucking, especially just like do some risky ass shit against them.
Yeah. And plus he's the first guy, so he has 4 fucking homies to back him up.
Yeah, for sure.
And yeah, I think try not to take it as serious and try to just be sick. That's my advice too.
I think that advice is like doubly good for a North American style tournament too, because if it is double elimination, then you can totally afford to fucking play like fucking balls out motherfucker in the first match.
Yeah, I mean, if I watched some of the recent Super Arcade tournaments, right? And I noticed that like everyone plays so reserved, so like fucking I'm scared as shit. I'm not gonna press the button. I'm gonna fucking be really cautious of the way that I play. Everyone played like that in that tournament, except for maybe Watson, because he kind of was in control the last time, just doing whatever he wanted to do. But everyone seemed like they were so scared of him, so they're not going to go on the attack. So what they're trying to do is like playing into his game, and that's why he was so easy to win the tournament. But I didn't see one person. I mean, in Japan, this happens all the time. Someone just goes, there's your fucking balls out style player that just goes in, I don't give a fuck. And no one's like that. No one's like that in America right now. Overthink like everything about matches. Sometimes you gotta go for it, man.
It's true.
I'm not talking about like fucking empty jump EX Shoryu. I'm talking about like jumping and attacking and trying to bait something out.
Mm-hmm.
Instead of sitting at the footsie range waiting for a whiff move to punish it. And if nothing comes out, you just do dash throw. It's not good for the...
There's more to third strike than
that. I know. And I was a little disappointed when I watched the recent tournament. I hope that like people will be more sick. Be more sick.
I wouldn't expect it.
How'd you do?
Well, the one from last Friday. I entered as Ken because I haven't been playing much lately.
Okay.
I haven't played as Ken in a tournament since my very first tournament, so novelty,
Yeah.
And I won my first match. I lost to Watson, and then I had to leave early.
Oh, bummer.
Yeah, I would have liked to play it out, because I would have played the winner of Matt, Chin, and Lennon, and I think it was Matt. I would have liked to have played that match. Cool. Yeah, it would have been a lot of fun, especially Ken. That would have been a blast. Yeah. I wish I would have seen Matt against fucking Lennon. Shit, dude, that must have been
I didn't see
fucking
it.
nail biter.
I was working, so I had to watch like every few matches. Like I had to stop watching and then do some work and then watch again. I missed that one.
Fuck, I'm gonna ask Matt about that tomorrow. I'm thinking about that all week. Now I just realized it.
Yeah, I think there's a lot of players that I noticed that I didn't even know who they are, but they seem to have good potential. Just got to be more confident in their skills. I feel like.
Yeah, I will say it's surprising the turnout it gets. I mean, it's not like a great turnout or anything, but I remember the very first one I went to, there was 27 people, so many of them I didn't recognize, which is promising for sure. I just wish Super Arcade was closer to me. It's kind of a hassle to get there.
Yeah, man. You're telling me. I know. I know about.
I mean, it was probably
extension.
farther for you than it is for me now, but it's still pretty far.
Yeah, no, it sucks, especially like driving. If someone else is fucking driving you, then who cares, right?
Yeah, it's no biggie. But when you're doing it yourself, it's fucking pain in the ass.
Yeah. Did you go?
Can't get faded there or anything.
Yeah, that's true.
Sucks.
But yeah, I think people need to be less nervous, and that's a hard quality to achieve. But once you do that, and you just realize it's just a tournament, just for fun, it's just Third Strike. I want to be sick.
Yeah,
you're gonna have more fun at tournaments too.
I mean, what's the point of the whole fucking stream setup if, you're just gonna sit there like blocking and punishing the whole time? Show off.
Yeah, show off a little bit. That's what everyone in Japan does that. Like, they try to be sick. That's the goal.
Yeah.
That's why there's these fucking,
make the highlight video.
those PV videos and shit,
Exactly. All those guys deserve them too.
Not like, oh, they got a parry. That's like, a lot of those PV videos are like, they did something really sick offensively,
Yeah. Dude, speaking of which, did you know there's 2 Vanau PVs?
No, I didn't know that.
I was looking up Vanau PV today, and the 2 different results come up, 2 different videos. I mean, they share like 60% of the clips, but why would there be 2?
Wow. I don't know.
Why Vanau?
I don't know. That's a good question.
Really weird.
Might be like an inside joke in Japan, for all we know.
Perhaps. They're both pretty sick.
So, I think that about wraps it up. I gotta go. I'm gonna go to the grocery store right now.
I gotta go to sleep. Fuck.
Alright, man. Well, why don't you wrap it up for us?
Alright, sounds good. Thanks for tuning in, Third Strike, fans out there. This was, JP, aka Pherai, and, Ryan, formerly known as Let Blood Run. Any last words at all, or just heading to the store?
Keep playing Third Strike. And if you want, we can, next time, if you guys want to write some stuff on the thread, and we can discuss about that, it's a little bit easier.
Yeah, if you guys would like to throw some topics our way, we'd love that, or any questions. We appreciated Rowan's. It was a fun topic to talk about because it hits close to home for me. Also, one last thing I wanted to say was, I do like the little interviews that people have been doing. If anybody that hasn't done them in the forums, has been thinking about it, I encourage you to share because I like to hear about, the different ways that people got into Third Strike. It's a small community these days, so we might as well get to know each other a little bit better. I hope you guys enjoyed listening, and I hope that there's a good response because we like talking about Third Strike a lot, and it's encouraging if people like listening. So hope to hear from you guys soon. Take it easy.
Later, guys.
Adios.